Hello, this is a lesson on place value. It's part one in a series of 3 parts. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the basics of place value and some of the problems that I see some of you students having. First of all, place value. We want to look at the value of each of the numbers or each of the digits in these numbers. You can see this right here is 386. And in the number 386, there are 3 digits. We have a 3, we have an 8, and we have a 6. The number 8 is underlined right here, and that number has a certain value. It is in the tens place value. So it isn't actually an 8, it's actually an 80. So here we go, we're going to write an 8 and a 0 because that 8 has the value of 80, not 8. The number 3 right here has the value of 300s. So we put a 3 and we put a 0 and a 0. So you can look at each of these numbers. Feel free to pause this little presentation and try some of these out on your own. For example, we can see that there are 5 digits in this number, and we say the number as 74,501. Right here we see 1,000. This is 2,589. It has 4 digits. We have a 10,000 number has 5 digits. So 16,430 has 5 digits. And we can also look at, we go up in 3rd grade to 6 digits or 100,000. So a 6-digit number, for example, we have 802,134. Digits. How many digits are in each of these numbers? We can see the number 82 right here. How many digits do you see in this number? I see 1, 2. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to type in 2 digits. Or it's probably better for me to just write over the top of it. So we're going to say 2 digits. We can see right here that we have to just count how many digits there are. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 digits. So I'm going to get my marker and I'm going to write the number 6. I can see here that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm going to write the number 4. This one's a little bit of a stretch because we don't go up into the millions, but this number does. But I can count the digits, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 digits. And this last one's a pretty easy one, and we have 1 digit. We keep going, and this is where students seem to be getting snagged. You guys, I see a lot of you getting snagged on what are these place values. In our math notebook, we put these place values in there so you could refer to them anytime you wanted to. We can see right here that this is the ones place. If I ignore all of these other numbers except for this 6, I would have just 6. Right here we can see the tens place value. That isn't actually just a 5. Remember, there's a 0 behind it, so it's actually 50. We can see the 4 here, but that's not just a 4. It's a 400 because there's a 0 and a 0 that go here. And same with the thousands. We have 3,000, we have 2 10,000s, and we have 100,000. So we're going to look at this. What is the place of the 1 in 23,619? Well, I can look at my little chart here and I can go, okay, it wants us to focus on the 1. So I'm going to find the 1. Okay, there's the 1 in my number. I'm going to put a box around it. That 1, what place value does it hold? Can you find it on this chart? Is it a 1? Is it a 10? Is it 100? 1,000? 10,000? Or 100,000? Well, I look at my chart and I see, okay, this is the second number over, so it is a 10. So I'm going to come over here and write tens. It's in the tens place. So, there we go. Let's move on to the next one. What is the place of the 7 in 678,003? So I'm focusing on the 7. I'm going to put a box around my 7 here. And I can see that that 7 is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th number over. So I'm going to come up to my chart and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can see that that is the 10,000s place. So I don't know if I can fit 10,000s with this pen on here, so I'm going to try my best. So I'm going to just go 10 TH for right now. But I think you get the point that this 10,000s is where that 7 is right there. Now it wants us to do some more practice with this, and I'm going to just pause this little presentation and we're going to practice doing these places together. Now, how much does the number symbol worth? So, for example, it shows us what is the value of the 4 in this number up here. This number 562,413. Well, I can see that this 4 right here is in this is the ones, tens, hundreds. So it's worth 400. The way that you get those zeros there is you put the 4, and then there's 2 places. We have to show the place value. And that's what we talked about in class, is that those zeros show place value. They're not really worth anything. It just shows us that there's nothing in the tens, nothing in the ones. So we have 400. Same here with the 5. The 5 is in the 100,000s place. So we put the zeros behind it. There's nothing. It wants us to show us what this is worth. It's 500,000. So let's pause and try some of these on our own. Now, a lot of students, especially the students that have grown up in southern Utah, they get into a habit. I had this habit for many years where we say "and" a lot. So, for example, they would say 2,453. Well, those ands aren't there. Ands mean a decimal point, which we'll talk about at the end of the year. But the way that you say this number correctly is 2,000. That's what that comma means. 2,453. So you can see here in word form 2,453. Here's another one. 34,198. And you can see the words down here as I read along. Here's another one. 679,453. And yet another example. 507,813. Now, it wants us to say these and see if you get them correctly. So let's see if you can say these numbers and then pause and then, or pause this, say the number, then I'll erase these. So I'm going to erase these little marks here and we'll see if you get it right. So say this number. Let's see if you got it right. 39,682. Say this number. Let's see if you got it right. 647,000, in part down here, 829. Okay, say this number. Let's see if you got this one correct. 23,054. Getting the hang of this? Let's see if you get this one correct. Now, did you get it right? 17,936. All right, last one. Let's see if you can get this one. All right, let's check. 510,601. Good job, guys. I hope that you're getting the hang of this. Now, I think this is going to really help you guys as students. We talked about these little blocks right here. You can see these little blocks. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can see we have 10 blocks. Well, 10 of these little blocks equal what we call a rod. You can see this rod right here. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 10 of the blocks equal, or we'll call them units. We'll see it says units right here. Equals 1 of the rods, or some people call them longs, but in my class we call them rods. So, does that make sense that 10 of the units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, equals 1 rod? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if we have 10 of these rods or longs, we can look at it like this. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if they fit together exactly right, but we'll just do it like this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 of these rods, and they equal a mat, and a mat is 100. So if I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So you can see 10 of the rods equal 100. Now, if I have 10 of the mats, they equal one of these big blocks, and those are 1,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 of these equal 1,000. So 10 hundreds equal 1,000. These little blocks are just to show you the different types of place value that we have. Now, how many thousands do I have here? I have one of these big blocks and one of these big blocks. Do you guys know it? Yeah, there's 2. So, we've got 2. Now, let's look at this one. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many thousands are there? Now you got it. It's 4. And let's look at the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of these big old blocks. That is 500. Good job, guys. How many thousands are right here? Oh my goodness, there's a lot. So we have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 11,000. So how would I write the number 11,000? Let's see if you guys can do this. 1, 1, comma, 0, 0, 0. Does that show 11,000? I have how many in the ones place? I don't see any ones up here. I don't see any tens up here. I don't see any hundreds. But I do see some thousands. I have 11,000. Now let's see if we can match the right number with this written form. And that'll end this part of what I wanted to teach you today. So I have my lines that I can connect. So what is this number? Can you say it? That's right, it's 20,000. So I'm going to draw a line. What about this number? What is it? Yeah, that's right, it's 45,000. So we're going to draw a little line from the number to the word. What about this one? Yeah, 31,700. Good job. We'll come down here like that. What about this one? Yep. 64,239. Can you find that over here? Oh, there it is, right across from it. How about this one? 80,316. There's only one left, so we draw a line up there. We will continue with part 2 of this lesson later on. Thank you.